just a heads up. People can hear us now. It's that we've kind of been inside for 8 minutes ish. Also, hello Hazuki.
Azuki, my pen case won't open. No!
Technical difficulties. Welcome everyone to the first episode of Spill the Tea Twitter.
Yay! I don't know what we're talking about. We didn't think anything through before we decided, let's make a podcast.
I did no preparation.
But that's okay.
Wrong song. Go. We did not plan for this at all. Ever. Actually, I don't feel like this is a good one. No copyright. Tip tunes. This is the kind of music we should be here for spilling tea. Yes, Hatsuki, spill some tea. What do you have for us, Hatsuki? What is the tea that you are serving us tonight? Or morning? I actually
Twitter.
don't know.
We're serving Twitter on a platter to you. To
Yes.
spill all over the place.
Hello,
that
Nameless.
Is what the T stands for.
Thank you for the save and the hydrate. Nameless, we are doing a funny... Why start this podcast? Okay, so funny story. Me, why did I say in the third person? I have been seeing a whole lot of Twitter drama the past month or so, and I've been talking to Cherry about this. And we've both been seeing this, and we're like, wouldn't this be great if we made a podcast of all the funny things that VTubers are doing on Twitter and laugh at it, and also be like, why are you doing this? Move on, people. Do good.
Meanwhile, go ahead, cancel me on Twitter, guys. Cherry can't get her XP pen case open because it clicked and now it won't do. Now, my pen is in here, guys. I can't get it out because it's stuck forever. How do you get this out when it doesn't come out?
Yeah, Cherry's pen got stuck. That is unfortunate. Literally got stuck as we were starting the stream too. This is great. This is.
I'm sad now.
Hey, Pat.
Do I just have to keep hitting the top and maybe it'll come out the bottom?
Maybe you said
that
it clicked in,
good.
so.
Anybody want to hear this ASMR?
This is a great start to this podcast. Yes.
This is a great segue into lewd things people do on Twitter, and they don't see anything wrong with the things that they're doing. This is a call out to all of my friends. I see what you're doing on there. You guys see that? No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say I don't do anything on Twitter. I literally retweet stuff and go my merry way, and also sometimes
maybe not
posts.
You, but maybe all of the people in your chat right now. Maybe they're sweating a little bit and be like, "Yeah, I see the things you post. I know what you're reblogging."
Is it Hazuki? Are you the suspicious person, Hazuki? Are you the sweating one? I mean, to be fair, Hazuki is kind of sus.
Little sus over the no. I'm not.
There you go. My tea has been spilled.
I'm not really calling out anyone.
We're just kidding. Thank you for the head pets. Thank you. Also, funny thing, I drew this thumbnail literally seconds before we went live.
Yeah, but I guess this actually does work in a segue for like people disagreeing on Twitter and stuff like that about stuff like about people doing lewd stuff, people being say-so, people being blah blah blah. And I'm like, dude, if you don't like the content people post, you don't even have to block people.
You can mute them.
You can mute them. You can mute them, and then you don't have to see the things that they do. You can be friend. Like, for example, I don't have all of my friends' stuff going. I mute a lot of my friends if they post a lot of sussy stuff. I'm sure Alice is muted on my thing.
No offense,
I'm sure
Alice.
I muted Alice.
I'm pretty sure there are a few of my friends I muted too because they usually I don't know if you're here. Nyan, I have you muted because you repost a lot of sussy stuff. I'm sorry. I
It's
don't want to
nothing
see.
personal.
I don't want to see booba every time I open Twitter, and especially when I'm in public. I could get arrested.
It's nothing personal, and it's not like you're blocking people. It doesn't mean that you even have to dislike someone. You just
Hey,
mute him, and you can move on.
yeah,
Twitter, please, for the love of God, mute people you don't like.
not Twitter. People
Or
using Twitter
yeah,
causing drama. You
yeah,
can mute people.
yeah. Mute people for the love of God. Anyway, there you go. I was able to work this into a segue, and that's step number one to avoid drama on Twitter. But I think that's where like a lot of the problems that I've seen recently have mostly stemmed from. And I'm like, guys, for the love of God, just mute. Just mute. Just mute and move on.
The two M's. Mute and move
Hmm.
on. Hey, it's
Yep,
M&M's.
mute and move on. Eminem. And this is never coming out. This is stuck like this forever.
There
Does
you go.
anybody have a does anybody have like a how to anywhere for what do you so it's one of those cases where it pulls in and out from the bottom and it's got like a magnet click thing and
Um,
it's stuck all the way.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna
Does
have to
anybody
send
know
it
what
to a shop to get it out. Because unless you have something really sticky, you can stick onto the pen and then pull it out.
well it's like a case that goes in and then clicks in and then you pull it out.
I honestly don't know how to help. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
What a great start to this podcast. Technical
I threw it.
difficulties,
Do you
people.
think that did anything?
I think you broke it if you threw it. Oh, hello,
It's
Lily.
okay. The pen will be perfectly safe. The case, maybe not.
Hello, Lily. Welcome in. Welcome to our first ever episode of Spill the Tea, Twitter, where we talk about all the drama that's happening in Well, not all of them, most of them, some of them. Some the ones that pop into our feeds, even though we do mute a lot of people, and they still manage to get in somehow. Ah,
Oh, hey, yo, throwing it actually did something. Now I just
hey,
need to get the
now you need to throw it again and again and again.
I probably do need to throw it again because
Ah.
it's just slightly out, slightly, and I still can't grip it to pull it all the way out, though. All right, let's throw this one more time.
Do it. Nice shot. Ah. You throw
Nope,
it
that
again?
time it pushed it in.
Oh no!
That time it pushed
Oh
in.
no! Hi.
Hang on, let me just keep throwing it until stuff happens.
You got this.
I can get it out.
Ah. You know what? I kind of want to export this into a video on YouTube. And like
That's fine.
the first 15 minutes is just you throwing things.
Dang. One day my goal in life is to get popular enough for people to animate the shit that I do.
One day. One day
One
we'll have
day.
this scene animated.
One day I'll be popular.
You are
Because
already
I'm trying.
popular.
I'm working hard at that, guys.
Hey, you're popular in my eye.
That's not good enough, Sel. That's not real popularity.
I'm sorry, I was trying to help.
Better be sorry.
Oh,
That's
hello,
what your
zombies.
parents tell you when you fail at something.
That's
In
not a
my
speech.
eyes, you're a winner. Fuck you.
Thank you for the glasses. Hey, Nate! It's Nate! Hello, Nate. Good
Hey,
morning, you
Nate.
beautiful bun boy. Shout out to Nate.
Shout out to Nate.
It's been ages. I hope you're feeling well. Why did I say feeling? Good morning, Nate. Bully the bun? No, we don't bully the bun here. We love the bun. We hug the bun. We
you nibble a little bit on the bun's leg because it's just there, and you're like, I'm hungry.
Hope you're doing good. We are doing well. Nate, we are doing a funny podcast. This is the first episode where we spill the tweeter.
The tweeter.
Sure. I mean, you're
I know
welcome to join
technically this
us.
doesn't work anymore because it's called X, but I don't think anybody acknowledges that it's called X.
Look, that
So,
change is not existent. We don't acknowledge this. Also, even
mhm,
though it is X, people still call it Twitter.
mhm.
What are you gonna
I
call the
did,
tweets? Are they
guys. I
X's now?
used a card and I got it. I'm in. I've got it out. I
Let's
got it
go.
out.
Let's
It's
go.
let's go. Oh, that's why it got stuck. I put the pen in the wrong way.
Wow. Ah. Oh, this is great.
Whoops.
Fill the extra.
That
Actually,
explains
that's actually nice
everything.
too. That is also a good title. Spill the extra.
Yeah, spill the extra.
Oh wait,
That could also be a good
wait.
one.
Extra sauce.
Extra sauce. Saucy.
Where we talk about all the sauce in the Twitterverse.
All the sauce.
This okay. I'll be very honest. We both came up with this name like seconds before I hit live.
Yeah. I was like, we have to come up with a brain dead title because, you know, people on Twitter are brain dead. Haha.
Just like known a person else.
I was a little scared to close it again, but nope, it's working normally now that the pen is in the correct way.
Hey, progress. We're making progress.
Progress. Cherry's pen, after throwing it on the ground a few times, is now out of the case. I can now use my XP tablet again. Let's go.
To be fair, there's always going to be minor drama around Twitter. Okay, we're not talking about the minor ones. We're going to talk about the ones that blow up to proportions when they shouldn't have been. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like okay, for I'm gonna share something that one of my good friends shared to me today. Cherry, I think you saw this about the one where the person was talking about the models being too expensive.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That blew up way too much. Like you could have just muted it. Move on. Or
Yeah.
or if a model is too expensive, don't get it. Get
Yeah.
someone get something that
Don't go
fits
to
your
that art. So
budget.
yeah, so this is how a
Yep.
competitive market works. This is how
Michi's the one who showed me
capitalism
that too.
works.
I was
Yeah.
trying to be
I
anonymous,
will
but yeah.
I will now I will now talk about how capitalism works 101 in a perfect world. So here's what you do. It's all about supply and demand. So the reason why the artists' prices have gone up so hard is because the supply is low and demand is high. So that's going to make prices go up supernaturally. And since everyone was doing it during COVID, that's going to make the prices go high. And once prices go up, they never go down. So,
Also, here's
so
another factor that comes into play. Living
yeah,
expenses are different
yeah.
in different countries. So if the artist is
Mhm.
somewhere in, like, for example, America, where the living expenses are super high, it's reasonable to charge a high price compared to
Mhm.
someone who's living in, like, a country that has low living expenses. And also, you can't expect people to work on minimum wage forever.
Yeah.
Like,
So like there's a multitude of reasons why someone is selling the amount that they, but that's the thing. That's the price they're selling themselves for. You can find hundreds of people. For example, the artist who's doing my 2.0 art and rig is doing it for $700.
you can
So
find
you
artists
can
doing work for different price ranges. You don't have to like get the high end one. Like pick a
mhm.
model which is in your budget to choose and start from. And once you have a
Like
decent
Zella's even
revenue,
seen the art for my model
yeah,
and was
it
like, "Are
is.
you sure that that was how much you paid for the whole thing for?"
Yeah, yeah, that's actually
Yeah,
really good art.
yeah,
Also, like newer artists will have their prices lower because they don't have the experience or the called again portfolio to
yeah. They
back
don't
up
have the
their work.
portfolio.
So they will charge less so that they can build their portfolio and eventually up to a higher price range. Find artists like that. Get your model done by someone who's affordable to you. And don't
Mm-hmm.
complain about models being expensive by certain artists because, hey, they're doing their work, they're charging the price that they feel is appropriate for that work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, respect their
But
decision. If you can't afford it,
I will also say to that person, yes, you are also allowed to vent how you think a lot of things are overpriced. That's just how life works in general. You are allowed to vent that though as
don't,
well to argue for the other
or
person.
don't be a
Yeah.
little shit about artists charging whatever they put. Yeah, exactly. Don't be a little shit about it. And also, don't demand that they should work with minimum wage. Like,
Right.
that's not how it works.
It's like you are allowed to complain about prices, but just do it like in a general sense, which the person originally did do it in a general sense. So it's not like they were calling out a specific
But
artist, I don't think, at
But
least
the
from what I
thing that
saw. But
went south was then in the thread. I don't know if you read through the thread.
right.
They were
I
talking
never read
about
through the
artists.
entire thread.
They were insisting that artists aren't, charging minimum wage. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that person was being like a bit of, and I'm like, lol. It's like me complaining about gas prices and stuff like that. And I'm like, sure, this is technically not as necessary as gas, but yeah, you can complain about the prices. Just don't be a bitch about
yeah,
it.
and like complaining about it not being in minimum wage, and then they did the math for
Hmm.
a standard model in minimum wage, by the way. And they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is way less than compared to what they were charging." And I'm like, yes, but you're calculating minimum wage, and not everyone's going to work for minimum wage. If you're like a
Also, this is
newbie
not.
artist,
This isn't. This is a. How do I know? It's not a necessary item. This is like a premium
exactly,
piece. This is not necessary for you to live. This is not a thing that they're going to charge like not premium prices for. It's like, so you have to charge the premium and then you have to charge the commercial rights. So
exactly.
every VTuber model should include commercial rights to your thing because ultimately you're not using this just for fun. That's what it comes down to. A VTuber model isn't a thing that you're just using for fun. You're using it to build your business, which your business is being an entertainer. And like this is like the standard that it is like, yeah, some of you guys do it for hobbies, and like in that case you should be like going and you should probably be doing stuff to do it in a hobbyist way, like you should be using a vroid, or you should be using a png, or maybe you should be using like what's the thing, there's actually a site where you can just like buy already made preset
Oh yeah.
VTuber models with good art and stuff like that.
I mean, you can find them on Twitter too. They have
Yeah.
like some artists release like free to use models. Just credit them. There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Or
There you go. Boom.
Booth is a place. Booth has like
Booth. Yes.
really
Booth
cheap
is
models.
also. Yeah. Booth is also good. That's where I got one of my, because I like to get the edited models from time to time because
Yeah.
like I said, I've been using the same model for 3 years. So to buy like a model that's like, I don't know, $100 or whatever, or $50, however much they're charging for it, is a lot cheaper than me automatically going the
Custom.
2.0 route. So
And like, that's the thing. Like, you don't necessarily need like a $7,000 model to stream. That is for the
right.
high end VTubers. Like, that is for
Yes.
like corporate VTubers or like indie VTubers who are in the like top 1%.
Also, in general, the people who are charging the big honka dollars usually don't even sell that for their usual model.
Yeah.
Usually it's because corporo prices versus like if you've looked at anyone's stuff, like say if you've looked at I don't know what their name is at right at the top of my head. But anyway, so my original rigger, Nora, when she started off, was doing like a bunch of different things. Now she's in a big group who
Hmm.
does stuff for a bunch of people. I believe Nora even was responsible for the art for a couple of people in Niji Sanji. So, you know, there's that.
Yeah.
So her repertoire has gone up a lot over the years. I don't think I could afford her now if I tried, but
Yeah.
originally she did the rigging for my model.
Exactly.
Uh,
So
but
the
if you
fact
like
is,
look through her terms of service, there is a separate contract for people who are a part of companies.
yeah, because corporate's going to pay, like corporate is completely different from indie. That is the whole reason.
Yep.
And we're
So
also
also
not
so
taking into account the quality of work. Like experienced artists will have like generally, this is like a general rule of thumb, will usually have higher quality riggings. Like they will be more detailed. They'll put in a lot more um animations and stuff like that. those also cost extra. Like unless it's
Mm-hmm.
like basic expressions, like every other animation, idle animations, transitions, they all cost extra because they're extra work.
Yep.
And high-end models usually have all of them. And we're not even
Yes.
talking about like VBrigger integrations. These are just
Mm-hmm.
toggles.
Yeah, these are just the toggles. Wait until you go into how the V Bridger works.
Yep.
A
And
lot of people sometimes choose between V Bridger or just getting regular emotes. Let's just put it like that.
yeah, because the problem with VBrigger is that you need like the VBrigger application running for all, and then you need a good
Mm-hmm.
quality camera, usually an iPhone, which is also expensive. These prices
Yep.
add up. Like, but here's the funny thing: you don't need this to start streaming, people.
You do not. I started with a V-Roid.
I started with a PNG. Heck, I'm still a PNG after like 2.5 years now, or almost three. Like this is fine. Yes, you miss out on a little bit of interactivity, but like if you really want, you can get free to use models that you can completely customize.
Mm-hmm. There's like an Amori one.
Yeah, that one you can customize. I seen like I think Sherry, you showed me the one in Boot where there's even male
Yes.
models that you can
Yes,
completely
there's this one
customize.
artist who does lolly, like so there's like a lolly model, and then there's like a two regular, if I'd say pretty boy, pretty girl models,
Yeah,
which have a lot of options to them, which are pretty well priced.
and they're completely customizable. I think the price was like around $150 for the whole
Yep.
model, which is
Hmm.
pretty cheap when you compare getting a custom model done. And you can start off
Yeah.
with that and wait until you
Yeah, and
get
it also
points.
includes. It also has a bonus thing where you can add animal ears to your.
Yeah. Like those are all
They got
toggles.
every. Yeah, a lot of these things have like a lot of stuff to them. And basically, the way that it works up is you just set it up to a toggle. So it goes from the base model all the way to whatever you've set it up as.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, for real, for real.
You're live
My
again.
my anger, my anger did cause more power outage.
uh
Not
let's
really
not
anger, just talking about the stupidity of artists.
uh
I mean, not artists, of people hiring. Anyway,
there we go. I literally had to call the power company, Hasuki. They didn't even know the power was out. Hello, Iriko. Thank you for waiting, and I'm sorry, you guys. Everything was pain. I was in pain. I'm pretty sure I didn't save the canvas. So I don't know if you'll have the thing. And we didn't have the thing. That's great. Um well, I lost that image. 20 by 10 and 80. You know what? I can fix this. Um oh, that's so loud. There we go. I can totally fix this. I can go to my own stream and cut that picture. Right? Right? uh help me, please. Hey, Seribot joined in.
yeah, yeah, baby.
uh this is fine.
It's fine. Everything is awesome.
And it's still getting spilled everywhere. Oh, I spilled more than the tea. Sorry. I spilled my entire power. There we go.
Everything broke.
Aha! I had the smart brain this time. Sorry, Cherry, I'm gonna have to erase you.
Brain, oh, brain. Brain, brain, brain.
Aha! And we thought I
Aha!
lost the image. Big brain.
It is gone.
Actually, let me hide all this. Let me hide. How do I hide this one? One, stay, 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 and stay. Boom! We have our blank canvas.
The
Aha!
bright canvas. Let's see, what other stupid things are there to talk about
Um,
on the Twitter?
let's see.
Besides, I mean, we can do the relative since we were making fun of the people commissioning artists. We can make fun of artists now as like so. The next Twitter drama I think that comes up is usually artists. Artists, you need to like stop patting yourselves on the back for every little thing that you do.
Ah.
Like artists appreciating each other, and I'm like, look, artists are also not perfect people. Sometimes they ghost you nonstop, and
I see what you're talking about. Okay.
and when you want just a fucking you want just a fucking chibi commission, and it takes them a year to do a goddamn chibi commission, and they keep just taking, and they're like, I'm just gonna keep taking commissions. Maybe don't do that.
You
Maybe
see that
maybe
that's
don't.
what we would call a bad artist. Should never commission them ever.
Hmm. Because it's like, well, here's the thing is, it's like, I feel like I run into this trap is like, I check people out. I always scope out the person that I'm going to like try to commission from something. It could be a good person. It could be a bad,
Perfect
it
time.
could be
Welcome
like a
in, my
small,
bro.
bigger thing. As long as I see that they're making artwork and stuff, I think, okay, this person is commissionable. But then I realize, oh, they only, even though you commission them, they're only choosing which commissions they're doing whenever they want. Their list doesn't mean anything to them. And also welcome. Yeah, the VC is open to anybody who wants to like chime in and talk
Hey,
about stupid thing. But
if
yeah,
you can
so
see this
basically
VC, you
sometimes
can. Oh, it's Puddin Monster. Hello,
sometimes I
Puddin.
get annoyed with all of those stupid like positive posts that that Twitter posts a lot
I
where
feel like
about.
the positive ones are okay-ish. Like it's not like oh, I don't want
Yeah,
to
but when it's
wake
like
up seeing this.
nonstop and all the time about respect artists, blah blah blah, and I'm like, I'm not going to respect an artist if they don't fulfill the client they want to do for the client,
Yes, I
what the
agree.
client asks
I mean,
for
this is why
within.
we always scope out, like you said. Always
Yeah.
check the artists before commissioning them. Look at
Mhm.
their past works. If you know people who already got work from them, talk to them about it, their experience. That's why, like, 8 out of 10 of my commissions are you things I take are usually from people I'm already friends with, or like if
Yeah, it's all
somebody
about
bought an
people
art,
who recommended shit to you. That's
like
why I constantly tell people, no, don't commission things for me or don't ask me to do stuff for you. I have to be really in the mood or have the time to do stuff. I work full time, so I don't usually have.
like properly with your artists, and also if you're not already familiar with the artist, don't like all the money in upfront. Um,
Yeah.
like if you know the artist, like again, if this is someone you worked with before, then go for it. All the more power to you. But if it's a new person that you've never met and you're interacting the first time, it's a really large amount. Like I'm talking like hundreds of dollars, not $10, $20.
Right.
Like super large amount. Like opt for a payment plan so you know that they're doing the progress.
Hmm.
You're
But
doing good.
anyways, but I felt like I had to balance the scale since we've defended artists too much.
Yes, there are like there's both sides, but the
Yeah.
problem is like the side that
Mhm.
I see more often is the one they're trashing artists.
Right.
No.
I mean, I don't. Maybe it's because I have a different bunch of people who I following, but like also a lot of the time I see the people who artists who just get away with bullshit that they do, like AKA taking several months to complete something when it should not be finished.
Oh,
It shouldn't
absolutely.
take that long unless there is something that says, "Oh, this is for a wait list," or this will be finished in this month. Like, look, if I commission a chibi thing and I expect it, like I commissioned it in April, right? and I expect it in the latest I expect it is in like say August. That's 4 months. That's way too much time for a chibi piece, but let's just say that just because I like checked out like how much pieces or how many people will before me, right? I
Yeah.
expected the latest to be art is August.
Hmm.
Uh if it doesn't come in and it's been a year,
Oh yeah, an year
then
is absolutely too much.
yeah, that's when I think that's when I think things are like
Also, it gets
you were given
even
way too much time.
bad when you
Yeah.
know that they're keeping their commissions open. If they're busy
Right.
with life, then
Yeah,
like
they're like
totally
busy with
understandable.
life and they're keeping you with updates. It's when they're not updating you
Yeah, and they
and
have commissions open and they're doing other commissions. Then
yeah.
it's concerning because
Yep.
that happens quite often. And
Mhm.
I just put people like that in a blacklist. And I'm like, okay, if I want stuff done, these are the people I'm never asking.
Yep.
Thank you for the headpads.
So this is the welcome to the I had to balance the scales. We have defending artists and now defending artists on the same thing because look, both people are notorious for starting things on Twitter when it could be easily fixed by balance your time schedule better.
So how can I backseat just
Armaments
chatting?
Chapter
So
2,
Flavor, if you have
verses
any hot
9
takes,
to
spill it here.
21.
Yeah. If you have any hot Twitter
And
takes, it
Saint
could be anything.
Attila
It can be
raised
from
the
art,
hand
it could be
grenade up
VTubing,
on
it can
high,
be
saying, O Lord, bless this thy
uh
hand grenade, that with it thou
general
mayst blow
politics,
thine
like
enemies
not
to
say like
tiny
specific
bits
side of
in thy
politics,
Ow.
mercy.
but like in a general sense.
Yeah, it's basically
Like
Twitter hot takes.
yeah.
Pizza on pizza is actually good. I have never tried it. I will
I've
try
never
it.
heard of that.
I will
I,
try it at least once. Oh no, I'm sorry. For some reason that sound alert doesn't work. I'm sorry, but
I've heard of pineapple on pizza. I eat pineapple on pizza. I've never heard of peach on pizza
the
before.
funny thing is, I wanna try it, but the problem is, I don't want to buy a whole pizza just to test it.
Okay, time to refund and pause that. What?
Oh yeah, okay. Please do Hasuki. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hasuki's doing mod things.
Okay.
Thank you for the headpads. I have a hot take that I saw on Twitter like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
A lot of people tweeting out that they're lonely. Well, these are all VTubers, by the way. These are all VTubers who are
Uh,
tweeting out that they're
I too am
lonely.
lonely, but it's
Not in
my own
that way.
fault.
Not in that way. They're lonely, claiming that they don't have friends or people to hang out
Oh,
with.
oh, like that one chick who I muted. Nah, I don't think I blocked her. That she's like that really popular sci-fi white-haired
Oh, I
one,
I I I
right?
I I don't remember the name or the profile picture.
I know she
I
did something
saw it.
like that. Like it's so hard keeping friends in the
Hello,
VTuber
T.
world.
Yeah, like that's
It's
the thing. And the funny thing is, I went to their profile. Like I was like, oh, maybe they're a small VTuber, like starting out, right? And then it's like understandable, you're new to the stream, like you don't know many people yet, then you'll feel lonely. I get that. And then I see like, oh, you have a lot of followers and a lot of subscribers. So why are you complaining about being lonely? I don't get it.
And I'm like,
Like,
do people talk into your chat? I have. See, this is like one of the things that it makes me a little sad from time to time as as a streamer is I get the most people who hang out in my chats are just lurkers, and I love my lurkers to death. But most of the time, they don't talk to me, and it makes me sad from time to time because I really want to communicate with people. Like, you're here to talk. You're here. You want to talk to the chatters and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's why I mostly do visual novels and stuff like that, aka stuff that I don't have to talk to people with. So that way I've always said stuff. That's the reason why I do what I do, because I don't have people who talk in my chat. So
I'm sorry. You're usually streaming and I'm asleep.
I
Otherwise,
know
I
it's
would
the
be
thing.
there.
I know it doesn't help that all of my friends live in Europe and I'm here in America.
I never know when I should enter people's VCs. I mean, if you can see a VC and you can access it, I don't see a problem
Yeah.
of you joining Flavor. Like if you
That's why in my private voice thing, that's just for my friends who I trust. That I can, yeah, like I tell them, yeah, my thing is there just for anyone to join whenever they want. Like you
yeah,
don't need to feel like you're intruding.
like the only time I would say ask for permission before joining a VC is if you know someone streaming in that VC.
Yeah,
But
right.
even then, like there are sometimes like for me, I have the Owl House, which is a different group, and we have open mic stream room, like the one I'm in right now. So that means like
Mm-hmm.
anyone who can see the VC, even if I'm streaming, come to join.
Yes.
Said stuff like that. Also, I think, although I think I can't maintain
Most of the time, if
conversation.
someone's streaming and you can join their thing, usually you can just pop it and they don't care.
Yeah, or you can just hop in chat and be like, "Hey, may I join?" And
Yeah.
good. That's also fine. And you don't have to worry about maintaining conversations. Like that takes a learning curve. Like you can't just pop
Yeah,
in a VC
sometimes
and
I
be
just sit quietly in their thing while people are doing
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Like you know, just to be there as a supporting voice or figure. That is
I
also
think
fine.
There was a thing about Doki
Hello,
for how to be
Jin.
a streamer 101. Like she talked about this. You have to learn about how to be like maybe not like sitting there not saying anything, but learning how to like play off of the energy of what the other members in. Like if a bunch of people are high energy, you may have to be the low energy person in the group.
Hmm.
Or if there's a bunch of energy people, then you be the high energy the group. That's why you may notice that in some cases I'm really the outspoken one. And then in other times I don't say anything much at all because
Yeah,
other people are doing the talking for me.
it's based
So
on energies and how well you
yeah.
synergize with your friends.
Hmm. It's
uh,
all a learning curve. This is how things work.
you interact and you eventually figure things out. Like
Hmm.
it's a chemistry kind of thing. You realize that
Yeah.
you had to be the talkative one, then you be the talkative one. I usually pop in and stay quiet till someone notices that I'm there. See, that's a funny thing with me, Puddin. If I'm streaming, I have Discord notifications turned off, so unless someone talks, I will never know that you're there.
Sometimes I do that for fun. I just sit there and I don't say anything and my avatar appears on the screen and I'm just there not saying anything.
Also,
And
should
then
this
people are
be
like, "Oh, hi, Cherry." And I'm like, "Oh, hi."
should this be still the X? So Flavor, we've been over this. I literally came up. Well, me and Cherry literally came up with this name like seconds before we started stream.
Yeah,
So
the name may not stick. It may change.
we
This
are
is
open
just
to suggestions.
yeah.
Uh,
Sometimes I say hello, but I generally I get ignored. Hmm. It depends like for that. What kind of things do you like? Is it how do I say this for like something? Sometimes if you're going into like a really popular thing and the chat is going super fast, or if you're going into into a thing with a lot of people in it, that's why sometimes I just don't say anything and I just wait for people to know anything. Like sometimes in the Owl House, the chat thing is really big and there's a lot of people in the chat room. So sometimes that's why I just sit back and watch as everything does it and I don't say anything. So even if you say hello, sometimes you won't get noticed and things like that. It's kind of
Scenario based. Like
I don't know how this became an advice column when we were saying the thing, but like this morning, Drago was in VC and Perry and I joined for like 10 solid minutes and I was listening and then I got a did someone join? Yes. That
yeah.
is that
So
is how
the same thing about like most Discord users will have notifications turned off, if especially if they're a streamer.
mhm.
And I'm so I know Dragos. He does stream, so it could be. I don't know if he was streaming at the time, but maybe he just finished streaming and he didn't turn streamer mode off. and then you will never know. Or if he didn't have headphones on while you joined, never know. Like I'm the type of person who works on projects with Discord in the background. Like unless I don't hear anything, I will never look at Discord.
So
Uh,
that's why I'm like, sorry, Putin, this is just me like
but yes,
being
there's a
as
5 message second passing. Good luck on reading that.
I
Yeah,
feel bad. I
exactly.
feel bad for they. Anyway, let's get back onto the lonely topic at the end of
Hey,
making art prepared. LOL. I had fun. That's all that
hey, as long
matters
as
at
you
the
have
end
fun,
of the day,
that's what
really. As
matters.
long as you have fun and you know that, and basically you know the people who you're joining, so you're probably expecting to get ignored, like
Yeah.
me. And like I jump into thing, and I'm like, I expect to be ignored. They're playing Monster Hunter. I expect this.
Also, that's also another reason. Like if the people in the VC are super or something, then you know the best thing to do is wait until they're not and then jump in.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this goes by case to case. We can't give
It,
like advice that works every single.
yeah. There's no perfect advice. People are weird. And this is about back on the loneliness thing. It's like, how do you feel lonely in a crowd? People do feel that way, I guess. But
Okay,
like,
so
so the people with the big follower thing is like, so what I don't know is like at that point, you could probably reach out to anybody you wanted and you could probably get collabs pretty easily. And even if you're, so what you should do, like, this is the person, like, this may be shocking, I know, but for VTubers, they need to learn to treat their stuff as a business. And so Zell here is my coworker, right?
yes,
It's like
we are colleagues in the same
it's like
business.
we are colleagues, we are coworkers. We do VTubing stuff together. And the point of things is to not get butthurt when other people are busy and stuff like that. And to understand, like, this is why, like, a lot of YouTubers usually they hang out with people who are the same size as them, or they hang out with people that may be smaller numbers than them because they started out at the same size together. So this is like the delicate balancing game that we as VTubers play to understand how things fucking work. As long as other people aren't commenting like, how are you XYZ with XYZ person? And I'm like, because I've known them forever. Like,
Yeah.
I would say, like, it's crazy how things have changed. I mean, I am not like close friends with some people anymore, but they were like in my group, my circle group, or however, like friends of friends. So, for example, Mari was someone who used to hang out in my thing from time to time. She used to hang out and watch my streams. She gave me $5 for my birthday. Mari is now a very popular VTuber and gets like stuff like Idol like paid her to watch a debut stream or stuff like that. And like the second debuts, I think. uh do I go up to Mari and say, hey, let's hang out some time on YouTube? No, because I'm not, but I'm also not butthurt that Mari doesn't come out and watch my shit anymore because Mari does her own stuff now. uh Mari does the things that she does and I am happy for her. It's sort of like you gotta like understand that things change, people go on and they do other things, and like that's just the nature of being a streamer. And yeah, I guess it's lonely at sometimes, but you're gonna make new friends, you're gonna make people who understand the stuff you're going through, and then someone else is gonna get really popular and then they go on and you're like, no, I can't hang out with them anymore.
But here's the
Sometimes I
thing.
feel that way. Sometimes I feel that way about Laz, but Laz is always like, "Get over here."
Like here's the thing, Sherry. Like I get that we're technically coworkers, but at the same time, we are still friends. Like we don't
Yes,
just
no,
do
like
this,
you're
on
gonna
stream.
make your friends. Like
Yes.
even though you're coworkers, you're gonna make your friend. But like at the same time, but I'm like, you
You have,
also shouldn't
yeah.
get sad if you can't like talk to someone who
Yeah.
you were good friends with
Like get
anymore.
into it in the mindset that you're coworkers. And
Yeah.
if it gets to a point where it's a solid friendship, then good for you. You did it.
Yeah.
But don't like, so this is something I'm really iffy about. Like I see posts where like, I want VTuber friends. Put
No,
your
you don't.
put
You
your
want
stream
someone
here and
to
we can
stream
be
with and
friends.
to you want someone to stream with and you want someone to eat followers from.
Yep. Because I was a sucker, because you know I am. I
Yep.
replied to a couple of those. One person, I won't say the name because kind of not the point. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they literally told me to DM them on Twitter, in the Twitter thread, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of it. Okay, and the moment I said hi, they sent me a Discord link to their server and like join the server. Okay. After that, nothing. No
They were just
hi.
collecting
They
followers.
were collecting followers. Like they popped up in my stream one time when I was streaming, and that's it. There was no communication. There was like, oh, we're planning collabs. Okay, then the planning never happened. Then nothing. There's, no texting, no events. Like they hang out in a VC, but like they usually have like 7 to 8 people in the VC at a time, and I know no one there, so I'm not going to join, obviously. And
I mean,
it's
it would be nice having people play Lethal Company or those games when you have the itch to play. I thought you meant that way. No, we're meaning in the way is like like, they act like they want genuine friendships,
yeah,
but that's clearly not what they're doing.
they want to increase their following. They want to get like
Yeah, they want to increase their followers. They're not looking for people to stream with or anything like that.
they want post attraction. Like they want people to react to their posts. They want quote retweets. They want comments, and they want interactions. That way, they can also get followers. Kinda. I get it, it's a business tactic, but it's also like, it's iffy. Not my thing, especially with the type of person I am.
Also, notice how all the people who set the trends and AKA are the actual top people never post stuff like that.
Yep,
Notice that.
because they don't need it. They
Yeah,
if you're in the top, like let's say 20%, right? They absolutely don't
right.
need it. Without effort, they're going to
Mhm.
gain the popularity and traction anyway. Which comes back to the like, feeling lonely part. If you're interacting with people, make posts like that who are just there for the numbers. Yeah, they're not actually there for the friendship. So the moment they're
Yeah.
done with making content off of you, they're gonna, ignore you. And which is
Hmm.
why, my advice is pick your friends carefully.
Which is why I always say, if I get popular, you're all coming with me, sons.
Hey, I had the Owl House for a reason.
Although
You guys can never do.
I am popular enough that I now make TikTok money. Isn't that cool?
Let's go. Also,
Let's
Cherry,
go.
you will
I
always
made
be
$2
popular.
so far.
Excel. I
Posting things I've already done.
So this is the funny thing. I I will be very honest. I don't know if I want to be popular yet. Like I do want to
Mm,
take VTubing seriously. That's something that I made. Like I decided this year. I was like, okay, I should start doing this seriously. I should work on the model and stuff like that. At the same time, like I don't really want to be like, I don't know, like Sky Lily famous, for example, or
right.
Caillou famous. That's a kind of popularity that I don't know if I'm ready for
What?
that.
It's not about making money for me. It's about making a certain tax bracket. So I can just write things off as a business expense. That's my goal.
AFC might be.
So my goal is basically to be make to treat. So I am treating this as my VTubing as a business because I want to be able to afford things properly as a business without,
Sounds like more
getting in trouble with the government.
exactly. Yes.
So,
Too much fame is also a problem. Unless you know
yeah.
how to manage it. Unless you have like a really solid team behind you and you're
Hmm.
not alone, it's kind of also a problem.
It's okay, guys. Zell will be my manager when I get famous.
Carrie, I can hardly take care of myself.
It's okay. I just need you to edit my clips. That's all. What I want to be able to pay people to edit my clips. That's how
Deal.
much. This is how much money I want to make, guys. I want to pay people to edit my clips for me. I don't need help clipping. Zell can attest. I do not need help clipping. I just need the clips edited.
That is true. You
It's
know
like
what? You know what,
cathartic.
Flamer? If I get a sponsorship from KFC, I will design a KFC outfit for me. Oh god. Please let that not happen.
Anyway, nothing burger.
But again, back to the whole loneliness thing. Like
I'm a lonely.
be selective with your friends. Owl Zell.
Be
in
like
the case.
Zell. Collect introverts.
Okay, here's the thing. I am very trigger happy with making friends. My
Mhm.
friends told me this. Everyone's yelled at me for this. I know this. But I also do a little bit of vetting before I make friends too. Introvert gang, let's go.
Introvert gang. Yeah. Decent. Yes,
Like
my
I
friend.
don't okay. There have been moments where I, you know, saw someone instantly liked them and added them to the Discord. I'm talking about Kane, who
Zell looks around. Who does this person talk to? No one. I'll fix this. I'll fix them.
look. That is my entire mindset. Like here's the thing. I have been friendless for a long time. I know what it feels like when you don't have friends around, and it's kind of sad. So if I know that you're like truly not having friends around, then I want to be that friend. I want to be there for you. It's
It's funny how me and Zell met is like I was having my birthday party and just it was just Yuffie and Laz, surprisingly. It was like this was a few years, so it was just Laz and Yuffie who were there for my first birthday party as a VTuber. And then Yuffie was like, I have the perfect friend for you. And then Zell was there. That was the first time we had met ever. Yuffie brought Zell to my birthday party.
and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best day of my life.
Mhm.
It was fun. We played golf.
Yeah. I didn't know what I was doing because I was like, what is happening?
But it was
We
fun.
ran around in VR chat for a bit. I told Yuffie because Yuffie was like, we're like hookers. Oh, the VTubers are like hookers. We just don't get paid for it. And then I told him, well, that means we're actually sluts then.
Meanwhile, it was Mike who suggested you to double raid in early days. Next thing you know, Zels told me in DMs. Yes. So yeah, that is true. Like, I am very trigger happy. Like, if I meet someone and I have like a general vibe about them and I like them, like the vibe, there's a very high chance that I will take you in. I know that sounds very weird, but like I'm like I wanna be. It's because I think you're cool. I think you're amazing. But this is a big but. But past experiences have told me that not everyone will be your friend and not everyone will like you. It's fine. They'll be adopted.
Zell is our extrovert friend who brings all the introverts in.
The problem I see is people can't come to terms with with that fact, like, you know, that not
Yeah.
everyone wants to be your friend or not everyone likes you.
Or that not everybody gets along with each other. Like,
Mhm.
for example, let's use a big controversy for an example. Let's use the Nux and V Shoujo controversy. Have you ever really seen any of those people talk to each other, even though both sides were in the wrong for what they did?
Mm-mm.
No, they don't really talk to each other much anymore because they're all no longer friends because of that situation. It doesn't mean that they personally hate each other or anything or like
Hail
that.
Ems.
I haven't heard of that.
That was
What the
like
Nux
almost a
versus
year
V?
ago. That was almost a year
This
ago.
was a while ago.
If you haven't heard of it, good luck. You don't need to. We're just
Yeah,
putting that as an
you don't
example
need.
because that's like a big group that most people know about
That's
it.
like a big group that's easy to use as an example of like how people can cannot be friends but they can still like respect people. Or like, for example, I respect Neanders as a content creator. I do not like Neanders as a person. I would never want to be friends with Neanders because Neanders, in my opinion, seems to just jump from friend group to friend group like it's no one's big deal.
And
And
he
I
has
have
been spilled.
issues with that.
He has been spilled. Let's go.
This is the tea that I'm spilling right here. The tea that'll get me canceled. I respect her as a content creator. I like the things she makes. I don't like how she just jumps. Neanders is a grifter. Let's just put it out there. She grifts to each thing that's popular. Uh, I think she's busy being a house girlfriend nowadays, though, so I don't think I'll have to see her much anymore. But
I'll be
that,
honest. I don't keep a track of the big VTubers, so the only
Mhm.
times I know about stuff like this is from when you tell me, Sherry.
yeah,
Ah,
you're
oh,
making a color book
let's
for your
go.
little sister. Aw, that's nice.
That's adorable. Let's go.
hmm But yeah, this is what we mean by spilling the tea. Occasionally, I'll say something that'll probably get me canceled, but that's fine. I'm here for it. I exist to be canceled.
But here's the
I've been
thing.
waiting for this day to happen.
So this is the thing. Like everyone is allowed to have their opinion, even if that
hmm
opinion might not be something that you're comfortable with. Like I can say the
hmm
same thing about a VTuber, and if Sherry's a big supporter of that said VTuber,
Yeah,
then you might not like hearing that. But again, that is my opinion.
that is Zell opinion.
Yeah.
Zell is allowed to not like VTubers. People are allowed to not like. I know there are people in our group that are decent fans of Kenji, I think.
Hmm.
I personally don't like him since I think he's too much of a negative Nancy about everything. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's
And
the thing.
that's
We can have each other's opinions. Like doesn't mean
yeah.
that we're gonna be instantly be like, how could you, Sherry? You can't say
Yeah,
stuff like that.
how could I not like this guy? I don't know. I just don't really care for his brand of content.
Are we gonna stop being friends because of that? No. Like
No.
we're not the same person. We can't have the same tastes and same likes as each other. We're gonna hate the things that some we others might like. Yeah, same. After the whole
Yeah, same.
controversies that went viral on Twitter a long while back, it's not even the
Yeah,
controversies.
yeah.
Like, okay, the controversies can be a contribution, but sometimes like there
Yeah.
there are VTubers like a lot of my friends like, but
Yeah.
I tried to watch them, but the vibe doesn't fit. Like I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I want to
It's
say like probably the real reason I don't like Nanners is as someone with ADHD. Jesus Christ, woman has more ADHD than me. I cannot fucking keep up with this bitch.
Yeah, there's a vibe thing too. Like if the vibe doesn't fit, like you're not gonna be a
Yeah.
fan. And you don't have to be a big streamer. Like there are a few people like I'm friends with. I'm gonna say names because otherwise it'll be like, oh, Zell's being vague. Uh,
Yeah.
I am very good friends with Echo. I think I talked about Echo a few times, right,
Yeah.
Jerry? Um,
I think so.
so I told Echo about this in person too. Like I cannot, for the life of me, watch her ASMR stream.
Understandable.
They-
ASMR is
They're
definitely not.
they're not lewd.
Like you
Like
have
she does say so
ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
ASMR is very difficult
yeah,
because you have to find the right one that actually works for you, and that's why ASMR is an interesting thing to go into as a VTuber or as any content creator in general because you don't know
it's
you
a hit
really
and
don't
miss.
know
It's a
what's
hit and
gonna
miss. If
help
it
people get to
hits,
see.
it,
Yeah.
it's a very cutthroat hit and miss. Like if the things
Yeah.
you do are like hits the right notes from people, you're gonna get like a lot of traction. If it's not, then not gonna.
hmm
But the problem is like I cannot for the life of me listen to ASMR. I tried multiple times, but I just can't. And Echo's a good friend of mine. Like I want to support her, and sometimes what I do is like I open the tab, I mute the stream, and just lurk. I just can't.
I do that for my own live streams to get stuff on YouTube. What? Anyway.
But does that mean I'm not going to be friends with Echo because she does say something? No, I'm really good friends with her. Same thing with like streamers who are lewd. Like Terry knows this about me. Like I cannot.
Zell is very say so. Zell is in most likely because Zell grew up in a country where porn is illegal. So
Like I get flustered very easily, and sometimes the things that my friends post and show me is kind of hmm. Yes, I do not know how to react
say
most of the
so
time.
innocent ember brain. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. But does
I
that
mean,
mean
I'm a
I'm
person.
not going to be friends with said people because their interests aren't aligning with mine? No, like I'm still friends with like Lilith, for example, who an amazing friend, great person. I'm friends with like other who are generally
Immediately
lewd.
muted on Twitter and everything else because he can't watch your things.
I mean, same thing with like okay. I'm gonna go back to Nyan again. Nyan retweets a lot of lewd stuff. That's why I have
Hmm.
her muted. But again, doesn't mean
Yeah.
that I'm gonna block her and be
Yeah,
like, you
I,
can't
I
be friends
recently
with me.
also had to mute Nyan because I was like, oh, this is a lot. This is very extreme. I don't mind stuff from time to
Thank you for
time,
the
but
sponsorship.
wow, some of these things that you, wow,
Okay,
I'm gonna
it's
have to
look, it's not a
casually
problem if
mute.
I don't see it, but when they
Yeah,
start showing up in my for you page, I'm
yeah,
like, I don't want to really see this. If, the first thing I open Twitter, that's not why I open Twitter. I just want to see cats. Okay, I just want to see cute cats doing cute things.
yeah. That could mean something completely different. You
I'm
want to
talking
see a
about
cat, all
animal.
right.
I'm talking
You want
about
to,
the animal.
oh.
Oh God, this was
See,
not
I'm
even.
fine with making jokes about stuff like that, but I actually don't
I was talking
element.
about the
Yeah.
animal. The animal.
Ah, yes, cat voice. Yes. And it's totally not because the bottom in a gay relationship is called a cat. What? Anyway, so
God dang it. Uh, but yes,
anyway,
we got slightly sidetracked. Again, friends can have
yeah,
multiple opinions. We can disagree on things. Like I fight with Alice a lot based on opinions.
right. Like Alice got really heated at one time when I said something. I can't remember the exact thing was, and I was like, oh, okay.
But that's the beauty of it. Like if you're really good
Yeah.
friends,
Doesn't mean
you
doesn't mean I
acknowledge.
stop being friends with Alice because we
No,
have differences of opinion.
you accept that
I
part too.
honestly just wasn't expecting her to get that angry about it though. That was crazy.
But this is the beauty of like a true friendship. Like yes,
Yeah.
we fight. Yes, we have disagreements. Yes, we will express our disagreements, but doesn't mean at the end of the day we're gonna be in each other's faces like, oh, I can't believe you said that about this person.
Yeah, guys, I'm also going to be mean here and said I kind of also kept going because I just thought it was so funny that she just got so mad about it. I'm sorry. I also trolled. It's also partly my fault,
Happening. Oh, hello,
but I
I.
disagree just in
Oh,
case.
okay. To catch you up, we're talking about. So we are having a podcast today. First
Yeah.
of hopefully many that will come in the future. We're talking about people in Twitter be doing dumb Twitter things and talking about our
Yeah.
opinions on it.
Talking about like how to make friendships. So because hello, I have ADHD, and this is always going to derail completely about the topics that we were talking about. But this all started because we were talking about VTubers and stuff post online that I can't make friends. And this is what it devolved into. And now we're talking about how we keep our friendships and how even though we don't like the same stuff, and how sometimes we get into arguments about things. And one time, Sherry may have just egged it on because it was funny.
But here's the thing: like, it is not impossible to make friends as
Yeah,
VTubers. You can make friends. The problem is
yeah,
finding the ones and keeping the ones that are loyal or good.
hmm,
Sometimes people will use you for content. Other times people will use you for their own personal game.
And
Like,
then sometimes people will ditch you because you played Hogwarts Legacy.
yep, that too. That is. I remember that. That was important. Sorry, Cherry.
Yeah, Cherry's one of her friends dumped her because she played Hogwarts Legacy. Person wasn't even trans, BTW, just to like get into the controversy of it.
But
They were
here's
like,
the thing. It's just a game.
yeah.
Like, I cannot imagine like hating any of my friends for
And
playing
I'm
a
like,
game.
if you want to throw out a friendship we've had for over a year over fucking Hogwarts Legacy, fuck you. You're never going to be my friend again. And one of my friends did try to make us reconcile, and I was like, no, I'm never going to be comfortable to talk with him. Like I gave them all of my reasonings for why I'd never be popular because I've had a similar situation like that happen previously. It's funny because every time Cherry has been dumped by people or been ghosted by people because she had a difference of opinion on something, I'd have 2 pennies. That's not much, but it's weird it happened twice.
That's the thing.
Basically, one time I found out people were ghosting me, or like they got a whole group of people to ghost me because they claimed I was racist because I didn't like the movie Moana that much.
That's his opinion.
So they called me racist and
because you
told
didn't like
everybody
a
I was
movie.
racist.
Also, that it's kind of funny because like I feel like you're the least racist person I met.
Oh my god, thank you.
Like I'm sorry for saying this, Sherry, but I cannot picture you being racist.
I just want to be nice to people. I don't think there's a like most of the time I don't even think anything. Sometimes I get shocked and I'm like, oh my god, you're black, and then they're like, yeah, and I'm like, I didn't know. I was like half the time.
Also,
They're like, what?
If
Why? What did you
Sherry
think?
is...
And I was like, I don't know, black. Because like this his name was Kuro or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know, it could have been anything. It didn't mean that you were black.
Also, here's the funny thing: if Sherry was racist, then I wouldn't probably be here with Sherry.
We probably wouldn't be friends if I was racist. At least I don't think so.
Because Sherry has seen what I look like, and I'm not white. Just putting it out there. I'm not white. Just like my VTuber, I'm not white.
How is the logical conclusion I don't like this movie equals you're racist? Well, I guess they might have got a thing because all I talked about was that. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, I think it was like missing something. And I'm like, one of the things is like, I also didn't kind of like all of the marketing around Moana, how they were like, first Polynesian princess. And I'm like, but didn't they do movies about Polynesia? Like, wasn't Lilo and Stitch all about Hawaii? And that's part of Polynesia. So why is it a big deal?
Also,
like
Lilo
that
and
was like,
Stitch
why
did
is it
have
a big
multiple
deal that
movies.
she's this is like exactly word for word roughly about what I said, and then they took it and turned it into. So here's the plot twist about this whole situation. So the people who ran the group, I think, and like one of the people who I thought was really, like my really close friend, and she came out and she talks like, hey, I'm sorry, I've been avoiding you. And I'm like, why have you been avoiding me? Well, because someone told me you were racist. And I was like, what? And she's all like, yeah, this person was telling me racist. And then I kind of find out that she was also trying to steal my boyfriend. And so, I'm beginning to think that maybe that she was lying about a lot of stuff. And I'm like, this really hurts. Like, I don't understand why you would come to the conclusion or believe that I was racist. I told you, like, my favorite Disney princesses are Mulan and Tiana. Like, how would you get that I am racist from that? Yeah, but the Disney princess thing, most were Caucasian, whereas Moana was different, even if they had Pocahontas and Mulan too, right?
It's just like those are marketing tactics. We like as adults, and I'm like, we know these are.
I love Mulan. Mulan is great.
Mulan is great. Here's the thing: like most of the Disney movies are good. Like we're not complaining about it. It's just sometimes some movies aren't for
you. Like just we did. It was like that was mostly like. But here's the thing: is like Tiana came out like a little before Moana, so like even if they were going on the dark skin angle, that's why I was like confused. And I'm like, but we've had princesses from different things, and I'm like, is it just because it's bit. This is the first 3D one. I just like I don't know. I just didn't like the marketing, and I'm like, can't we just market her as like a normal Disney princess like we do all the others? Like, you didn't do this for Tiana. You didn't do this really. Although I didn't see it as much. Maybe they did do it for Tiana, but I didn't see it like that way. It was mostly other people talking about it. But Mulan, they definitely. I mean, not Mulan.
Not
Moana,
Moana.
they definitely did it in the marketing. I know this because I remember all this stuff about the creators. You just want to be viewed as you just want to be viewed as normal like everybody else. Yeah, it's like just marketed the movie, and I'm like, don't do this. But then you know what? It's funny that I said this back then because Disney got way worse with their marketing and nowadays because
yeah.
first gay person every single time they do it.
Let's
Like,
let's
how
just
many
agree
times
that
have they had a gay character now in there?
like I feel like they're pushing the whole LGBT anything woke now is just being pushed in as like a new trend in every single movie. They need to have this in this movie, market it better.
Right.
I was like,
You don't want a sign that it says "Attention, everyone! This is Hawaiian future." Right.
Exactly.
Right. Like that's the only thing I think. But then they said that I was racist because of that. At least they good at it. It's like because I said Moana was overrated. That wasn't the exact words I said, but they said that that I said that, and then they said that your race said I was racist to everybody. But yeah, this is what I mean. Like, you can have a discussion about things and you can disagree about things. If you say, hey, this marketing thing was fine, and I'm like, that's cool. Everybody does have to do the first thing with something. True. I don't think you should draw attention to it. But, if they want to, that's fine.
Yeah, but like
And
having
you can
that
talk about the
opinion,
reasons why it's a good thing.
but having that opinion, like outcast you is not that great. That itself like tells you that they weren't really friends in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like,
no, basically they were just using me to isolate the people who they were trying to actually attack, basically. So it was basically this person is like how I say, oh, if this person was actually really fucked up because she was trying to break up this couple. It's like, I don't understand what happened to the idea of agree to disagree but be respectful
exactly.
to others.
I use
Hawaiian?
this phrase a
No.
lot.
Am I Hawaiian? No, I'm not Hawaiian.
Don't know that.
I am.
No.
I am technically Portuguese descendant, so I guess I'm kind of adjacent. I don't think so, though. I am very pale. I would never be mistaken for Hawaiian ever. But this is just me talking. This was just me talking about it. But the other person also wasn't Hawaiian. This person who was accusing me of shit. So well, you can still be Portuguese and be white. Yes, you can still be Portuguese and white. That is a very important thing to distinguish. If you go to Brazil, you'll find the most variety of different people. I have some ancestry from Brazil, so you can. But yeah, they are all different colors in the sun there. That's not racist, by the way. This is a true statement. Brazil mentioned.
Oh, hello, Addie.
Yeah.
We are spilling tea. Welcome in.
I guess you could say I'm like a Portuguese mutt from how many like different Portuguese things I come from. I've dealt with twice someone trying to ruin a relationship with a friend. Yes. The people do that. Well, they'll use some social issue to try and break up friendships and stuff like that, and that is just fucking gross. And I'm sorry for you that you went through that. Like I said, I've gone through that twice.
I mean, Cherry already knows that I gone through something similar once as well. Like,
yeah,
it's not great, but it also shows you who your friends are. Like, it's not a good experience by any means.
Yeah, why do I have to? Yes, that is also like my problem with Disney. Sorry to like get on this. I don't. It's like sorry to get on the topic of race.
No. Go for it.
Since it like we were talking about it right now and the thing. It's like I also get really upset that like every like Latino character they make is always like the medium skin. Like that's why I was happy about the Madrigals, because they actually had like a white haired redhead character, because I that's like my grandmother is white and redhead. So so like I know technically Portuguese is not Latino. Technically it is though at the same time, because technically it's all the same. But but like that's why I like the Madrigals, because they actually did all the different types of thing, and they didn't do the stereotype, which is this is how you must look if you are Latino. But I think I do look Hispanic though, because I get a lot of people back when I worked at Target, a lot of people would talk to me in Spanish and I'd be like, I don't speak Spanish.
You
I
told me
know
about
some
that.
people who speak Portuguese though. I can help you get to someone who speaks Portuguese. So I guess I must look something, some sort of Hispanic or something. I don't think about it though. I think it's best not to worry too much about stuff like what you look like and stuff like that. I had a really good family growing up, and
I
everybody's just not don't care. I can also understand you can't please everyone. Someone's going to be upset. It's the internet, and also Latinos come in
exactly
all colors and speaking is one. Yeah, but I get there's nuance to that as well. Yes, 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 yes.
like okay, I agree with like having everyone included, like not excluding or
Hmm.
underrating or belittling other races or other classes of
Yeah,
people or anything like that. That's fine, but like there are
all
extremes
right.
that people are taking it. Like,
Yeah,
oh, if you're having like a movie that's set in medieval Japan, people are complaining why there's not a black person there, and I'm like, you do realize
right.
that it's medieval Japan, right?
Yes, yes. And like some of the things like I talked about, like even though I said I do like the characters designs for the Madrigals, I still don't really care for the movie that much. I think they were trying to do too much for the movie. I think they made it's like, yes, I know we have big families, but I think the family was a little too big for, or at least they should have made like some characters less important for that movie to actually like make it work better. Like anyway, like once again, like even though I'll praise something for the thing, I do not like other things about that movie. And I'm like also about generational trauma, and I'm like, if you were true about this, you just suck it up and move on. This is how we really deal with generational trauma.
uh,
I'm sorry.
no, that's a true opinion right there.
It's my opinion, guys. I'm sorry. This is bad jokes.
but see,
Generational trauma. We don't deal with that here. We suck it up and move on. We just maybe be slightly less abusive. That's all.
but here's the fun thing. See, this is the funny thing about having like a good group of friends who understand each other. You can say stuff like this and not be afraid. Like, oh, are they going to stop being my friend?
Yeah,
Like,
right.
I can
But
say
anyway,
the
that's the
most
moral
out
of the
of pocket
story.
thing, and I can still
Yeah.
know that my friends are still going to be my friends.
Mhm.
That's my family for you. My
Yeah.
ancestors.
These are white people. Let's go everywhere but there. Essentially, it's a lot of different problems.
Ah.
The ancestry tests are wild.
I have never taken one. I kind of want to, but I feel like I'll probably be 100% on one. Because actually.
I mean, it might like you might be surprised, but like most of the people tell Asians though. Sorry, so most people we tell Asian people don't take the ancestry test. You're just gonna get exactly what you think you are.
uh,
You're not gonna be surprised.
we're not really,
Yeah,
out there in the world,
yeah. And I'm like,
unfortunately.
I don't know what to tell because
I mean,
like
if we are, that kind of means that somewhere along the way, our own ancestors kind of got
yeah,
acquired by other ancestors.
mm, yeah.
That's the only safe way I can say this.
It's like how do I talk about Asian families without wrecking every Asian family out there.
That's the fun part. You can't.
Okay, I'm going to insult all of the Asian cultures. So Asian cultures tend to be very selective with the breeding process, and usually your suitor is picked for you, even when it's not. Funny thing, my grandma actually met my dad's mom on a business trip he was taking from China to Latin America. People get so confused about my having Matt got spread out.
That is interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting. And like how to be. So yeah, I apologize to Asian Twitter who is now going to cancel me. My family already hates me because I dated a girl. Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Tad putting.
It's okay.
It's okay. We're all rebels. My family hates me too.
Yeah, and all Zel's doing is just not getting married.
That's the opposite of most people. It's funny.
Oh no!
Why did
it-
it? What? No! What the heck?
Will put it. Listen, us Mexicans can travel far. I didn't know we went that far.
Let's go. That's great. I'm trying to travel.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I hate that I want to go into. What's wrong with going into weightlifting? What?
Yeah, that's a whole Pacific Ocean to cross. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Boat.
Oh no!
Or
You
even
need
better,
to stop. We're gonna get really canceled.
Oh
Honestly,
wait,
I don't really care.
You're talking about the other
I
boat.
welcome it, but I don't want other people to get canceled because I'm a rebel without a cause.
I mean, if I'm getting canceled over this podcast, then I'll be like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Welcome in, bro.
Turn on this subject. Let's turn off this subject. We gotta get off the subject.
Okay, moving on with people not having friends. Here's the thing.
Yes.
That's what we deviated from.
Yes.
People talking about being lonely and
Moral
not having friends.
You can make friends.
Yes, you can make friends. Just hang out with people. Just like you don't need to be like, "Hey, how are you doing? How is your day going?"
Something. Also, don't be Putin's parents.
Yes.
Or maybe do be Putin's parents. Adopt Putin so Putin doesn't have to go through this.
Like, send memes. That's the easiest way to make friends. Like, send funny memes. Like, you want to know the most common thing that I send Yuffie on a regular basis?
Or be like me and shit post on Twitter all the time, or just randomly post like, "Hey, I want to draw dongos," and you'd be surprised. All of this happened because I drew dongos of people on Twitter, and that's how I made most of the friends that we have right now.
Oh yeah, Cherry. I want you to guess what I send Yuffie on a regular basis.
What did you send Yuffie on a regular basis?
Mm-hmm. Take a guess.
Was it? Oh God. With Yuffie, it's like a. Was it dog memes?
Nope. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. I kid you
cat
not.
memes?
At least once a week, I send Yuffie pictures of Dick Grayson.
Oh.
I'm not even joking. I can pull up my DMs with Yuffie and you'll see a picture of Dick Grayson every now and then. You want to know why? Dick Grayson.
He sends a picture of Dick Grayson because Dick Grayson has a really great ass. What? Anyway.
Okay, that's not the reason. So this is an inside joke.
That is totally the reason that Yuffie's responding, though.
Oh. Okay, this is an inside joke because one time when me and Yuffie were in a VC together, for some reason the topic of sending a dick pic came in, and I was like, you know what, Yuffie, I'm gonna send you a picture right now, and I sent him a picture of Dick Grayson.
Yeah, but little did you know, Yuffie likes that.
I was trying to be funny, and every now and then to commemorate that day.
Look at any picture of Nightwing or Dick Grayson, and you notice that they always give him a really good butt.
That is true. I have noticed that.
He's got that. He's like He's like the new kid who's plays Spider-Man. I say kid when he's not that much younger than me. He's like in his late 20s, I think now.
Yep.
Uh,
Also, for context, if
he's
you
because
don't
he's a
know,
gymnast.
yes.
Great butt gymnast stuff.
Also, if anyone doesn't know who Dick Grayson is, we're talking about Robin from Batman, who later became Nightwing in Batman. DC. DC Comics, people.
We shouldn't be allowed to talk about things because now we're now talking about great butts. Anyway.
Anyway, the point is, like, you can send funny memes or just be like, hey, want to hang out? I'm in a VC. Pop in. Boom. That is how you make friends.
Put it. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know how much more sad I can feel for you. I don't even know if this is true or not. But now I'm just sad.
You know what, Puddin? I will give you head pets and we will just steadily strut over that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I can't react anymore, Puddin. I don't know how else to help you. I don't know what to do.
I mean, there is a easy way to do this, Puddin. Just say no. I know it's kind of hard. I can't do it either, but like, I can give terrible advice.
It goes on. No, Puddin, don't mill anymore. I don't know.
And on it goes.
We may have to ban trauma dumping if this goes on for much longer. But no, I really do feel for you, Puddin.
Pat, pat.
Head pat pat. I don't. Now I don't know what to talk about.
No. Okay, we're continuing with the friend thing. The other thing that I noticed, because I wanted to talk about this too, because they were saying stuff like, people they're friends with don't really interact with them unless they initiate first.
Yep.
And here's my take on this. Most VTubers, surprisingly enough, are introverts.
Yes. That is true. Most VTubers are introverts.
So, they usually don't reach out.
No. So here's also the thing why I also call bullshit on the loneliness thing. So introverts don't feel loneliness the same way extroverts do. We do not typically get lonely that much.
Yes, exactly.
So this is why I call bullshit when they have to make a post about it.
And here's the thing. I have a couple of friends who I can go on without DMing for months, and then some funny meme happens, and I send them that, and then we pick it back up, and we're like, hey, haha, funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
that's just it. People, something that everyone needs to understand is after VTubing, we all have our day job, we all have our families to take care of, we have IRL shit that God knows how we're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, we can't constantly message or reach out or hang out in VCs.
Yeah, I think it's actually been a few weeks since I've dropped in a VC, but that's because I focused on a lot of stuff. Okay, there's another thing about this is as a VTuber, you kind of accidentally get a little focused on your own stuff from time to time. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to figure out algorithm stuff, and I've been researching a lot of stuff these past couple of weeks, and that's why I haven't really jumped into a voice call recently.
Silly question. Has streaming helped with socializing IRL? You guys seem to be talking on stream. So the funny, not really.
No, the answer is no. No, this does not help with socializing in real life. So here's the thing. As a introverts, okay, hold on, I'm stuck in a second.
No problem. But I can tell you, it does build confidence a little bit, but not enough to be like extroverts.
Yeah.
The answer is no.
Foot long cookie.
Welcome back, AO.
Yeah, so the answer is no. So here's what the thing about me as an introvert. I'm very good at faking socializing. I'm very good at faking that I'm not nervous and stuff like that. People always talk about like when I gave presentations and something like, "Oh my god, you're so good at presenting." And I'm like, "Really?" Because I'm sweating up a storm here with how nervous I was. And I'm like, "Oh no, you didn't give away that you were nervous at all." So I guess I have a better poker face than I do for sometimes. because like I feel like I'm shaking, crying while I'm delivering things, but apparently to everyone else, I look like this epitome person of confidence when delivering speeches. Basically, all you have to do is you have to know how to bullshit, aka know what you're talking about, and then bullshit
I'm
the fuck
guessing
out
with
of it.
that, it's just politics. You have time to think. That is one thing, and the other
Yep.
factor is that we're not actually standing face to face. Like
Yeah, we're not standing face to
there's a
face.
sense of security behind streaming where you can literally walk away from this mic. Like I can literally walk away
Yeah.
from this mic and you wouldn't know for.
Hmm.
And that
That's
like
why there's also like a like this, like why people like VTubing, because
it's a lot more secure.
that's one of the
It's
things I
safer.
like. Even though I have a "I'll be back" screen, a lot of the times you'll just see my VTuber model just go off the thing, and as I walk to the bathroom because I didn't feel like putting it on while I went and dealt with it. And a lot of people do that, even if they do have a "Be Right Back" screen. If they're just going to go grab food or go to the bathroom, sometimes they just don't change it back.
And the other thing is, if you see some topics that are uncomfortable in like stream, for example, like let's say someone's talking about a hot take in politics and you don't want to talk about politics, you can just ignore it and gloss over
Yep.
it. Which if you're doing in IRL, normally you can't because it's a confrontation at that point. Fun fact: I saw YouTube, but that said we have a superpower and running towards you and be able to tell. Oh, what? What? No, no. I am
Yeah.
not athletically strong enough to fill the marshmallow with chocolate. Ooh, chocolate.
Ooh, sounds good. But yeah, that's like he pretty much runs on one.
Ah.
But yeah, it's like I know it's hilarious because more and more VTubers are kind of accidentally, or we know what they look like for reals, for reals. But that's like a whole different thing.
That's also I was iffy about the trend that was out like a few months ago.
I mean, I guess that's a
Uh,
good segue. I guess this is, yeah, I accidentally
Deadly
face
face
revealed.
revealed. Yep,
Oops.
yep,
I guess I will now move that segue into face reveals.
yep. I knew this was coming.
Okay, face reveals as a VTuber. So I would like to preface to say that everything is down to the opinion of the person. They want to reveal their face, that's up to them. However, it's like I am going to say this as someone who enjoys VTubers and as someone who is a VTuber themselves. I personally do not like the face reveals because I feel like it takes away from the
Immersion.
immersion. It takes away from the immersion and sort of like why we became VTubers in the fucking first place. And it makes you feel pressured into doing things because now everybody expects like a face reveal out of
Yep.
people who don't want face reveals.
So this was something that I was iffy about during like I think a few months
Hmm.
back in Twitter, where like everyone was like, "Oh, my
Yes.
VTuber versus the person behind the VTuber," and then they would do this
Yeah,
where the
like
IRL
you
stuff.
feel pressured
You feel
into doing it
pressured
because
into it.
that's the
I feel like a
yeah,
lot
because
of
that's the
people
algorithm.
who were like streaming didn't want to do their face reveal, but did it anyway
Yeah.
because they were pressured because literally everyone around them is doing this and everyone's asking for one. And like,
Yeah.
although yes, you can argue that why not? Why don't you say no? Well, when you're pressured into it, a lot of people will cave.
Can I give a hot take respectfully? Yes, you can give a hot
Yes,
take
of
respectfully.
course, we're spilling tea here.
This is what spilling the tea is about. You may tell us your hot takes.
There will be zero
As long as you're
judgment.
not trying, it's like this is what I say. I personally say everybody can reveal their face reveals if they want. It's just I felt like it. I personally felt like it kind of was like I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's some a face reveal can ruin one's impression of the VTuber, whereas others don't really care too much about it. Right?
Look, I'm the type who doesn't really care who's behind the model. The problem I
Yeah.
have is when it becomes a trend and
Right.
people are left and right doing this. Everyone around you is doing this, and then you're pressured to like
Yeah, I didn't like it becoming a trend.
that.
That
That's the
was
only thing I didn't like.
meaning of every person has the right to do what they want with their channel, but also as a content creator, you have to stand firm in what you want, whether other people pressure you or not. People shouldn't pressure you to get if you give a response, but it's up to where you stand for what you believe in. True. You may have it's like and you it's like yes, as a content creator, I do believe that everybody has to like stand for what they want, but not everybody has the strength to do that.
And
Is
here's
what
the thing, like most VTubers, I'm gonna say this outright, and I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but most VTubers aren't that strong-willed.
Yeah, no, most VTubers give in to doing a lot of stuff, and a lot of VTubers. That's why you'll hear about the
Dramas.
Minecraft situations.
Yep.
Where because they have a lot of VTubers have a lot of imposter like
Syndrome.
feeling because a lot of them blew up really fast, like out of nowhere, sort of thing. So, so like whether you're a corporal VTuber or whether you're an indie VTuber, everybody feels like you have to fit in with one of those two standards. And I think this kind of rule on the internet, you're gonna have to post something. You have to be strong-willed to face the wrath of the internet, which sometimes can be a whole moment and can really suck. Yes, like that is one thing that I have preached a lot to people. While I tell people that I'm like, if you think you want to be a VTuber, why are you asking someone if you want to be a VTuber about it? If you really wanted to do it, you would just go out and do it, and you would be the thing. And I'm like, if you're wishy-washy about it, don't fucking do it.
Because you're not gonna take the backlash.
It's like
all it takes is one offhanded comment to have the whole world against you.
mm-hmm.
I can literally tweet out like, "Oh, I like pineapple on pizza," and then hundreds of people are going to be angry at me for some reason.
Yeah,
it's the internet has come to that at this point. People want to find like even if it's a speck of thing, they want to get angry at someone.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like no, I appreciate your don't think that we're like against you or anything. No, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. And I'm like, however, it's like a person. It's like this is me as someone who's a VTuber. I've been around the internet or the block for a very, very, very long time. The rule is a lot of the times you just don't interact with it if you don't want to kick the hornet's nest. True.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, this is why we're doing the spill the tea, because I'm fine with kicking the hornet's nest.
And
I want to get canceled. I welcome it, you little bitches. Just try to cancel me. I've been around on the internet before you were born, most likely.
I'm just too tired of seeing these fishy-washy comments on Twitter, and I'm like the only thing you have to do is like if you don't agree with it, mute the person and move on.
Mute and move on. We do Eminem here at the Spill the Tea.
Yeah, if you don't like someone's opinion on Twitter, don't react. Just walk away. Yeah. I say that while I did react to one like 2 days ago. I think Cherry, you saw that. Where I talked about like I'm blessed with friends. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. Meanwhile, me, I don't know what I'm reading.
Oh,
what's happening?
The reason I said that is because, like, again, it all comes back full circle, where like people are saying they don't have friends.
Twitter, and you're better for it.
You are lucky. Like, keep it that way. Trust me, you don't want it.
I know Twitter. You feel like you have no choice but to use it to market yourself, and at times, that's the only reason why I have one, because it was the only way. Because as a VTuber, I was going to find the things I was looking for. Yeah. Don't do it.
Look, if you're using it for like content creation as a streamer or a VTuber, then yes, treat it like a tool. But if you treat it like Facebook or any other social media, you're gonna be in a world of pain.
You should follow. However, if you ever do get a Twitter, you should follow me. I post the most hilarious tweets ever.
I do agree.
Or tired, or you should all follow me on Twitter. I'm hilarious. Oh Lord. Random plug right here at the middle thing. It was all a trap. It was all to get you all to follow me on Twitter. I'm sorry, Zell. You had to find out this way.
I mean, I'm fine with this. Again, I follow my friends. They're amazing.
I just realized Zell's been talking this entire time.
What?
Okie dokie.
Hey, Mike. We are spilling hot tea about Twitter. if you would like to join us, you are welcome to. I know you can.
You are welcome to share your hot tea and spill it in here in this thing.
Oh, I'm at the gym.
gym.
No worries.
Oh,
Don't
don't worry then.
I will give you
You
context.
shouldn't spill tea at the gym. That's a no spill tea zone unless someone's being an asshole at the gym.
So, Mike, we're doing a podcast. Well, sample podcast. We might do it every week. We were talking about Twitter people talking about how they feel lonely and don't have friends when they have like a big following, and I'm like, you might be hanging out with the wrong crowd. You're not maybe seeing them as friends. You're not maybe not committing to a friendship.
Maybe you're not committing to your friendships. Maybe. Nah, the hell divers. You mean you mean for democracy?
I don't have Twitter and I still don't have friends. Okay, here's the thing. Like, you can't say you don't have friends. Everyone has a friend. Like, it's unless like you're like 12 or 5 years old and you actually have this skill sets to do social interactions yet. But like, you should have at least a friend. But I'm sorry for saying that.
I mean, people didn't know the fucking game was political and now are having a meltdown. Yes, that's why I said, did you say you mean democracy?
Yeah, see, one friend. See, it's not a numbers game. If you have a friend, amazing.
Although I do think the democracy thing is kind of like a placeholder thing more than anything, but it's not meant to be taken seriously. But politics that exists, guys.
Again, it's a game. I don't understand why people are upset about games. Talk to them once every
and like they do know that politics exists inside games, right? Like a really well built RPG is gonna have politics in it.
Yeah. Also,
and sometimes they do reflect the world it's about. Oh my god.
The bugs literally bleed oil.
Well, semi-serious. Semi-facetiously.
Like, don't be angry at someone playing a game. That's my hot take.
I mean, hey, if they're using it as a meaning for something good for them, I think it's hilarious if I'm supposed to take it seriously. But
so who is the pink person?
So who's the pink person? Nobody. And I'm no one. Don't worry about it.
So the pink person,
seriously, as a satirical propane film, should be taken.
Okay. The pink person is named Cherry. She is also a streamer.
Hello.
If you click on the title, her she's added on the title. So if you click on it, you can go to her channel. I do recommend following Cherry. She's a friend and a wonderful content creator. That is my plug. I love autocorrect.
I live here.
Thank you, Mike.
Oh no, I've been sewed. I hope nothing weird pops up. Ah, shit. Something weird did pop up. Oh, no. This is going to be my first introduction to these people. Oh.
It's okay. I had the audio muted, so they didn't hear you say anything.
Oh, no. Yeah, but the picture was still weird enough. Oh, God.
I heard
it was a clip.
I was saying thank you to you, Mike, for shouting out Cherry. Fine.
Yeah. Oh, no.
So about the whole friendship thing, like, do interactions, pick your friends carefully. Eventually, you will find them, and just keep the ones that are nice to you and good to you. And if they're
and
like
help
ghosting
you out from time to time.
Yeah, be nice. Like, be nice, and you'll eventually find friends. And if they ghost you, then don't take it personally and move on.
Mm-hmm. Do art for people. That's a good way to make friends.
Funnily enough, that's literally the main way I made friends. They'll spill hot tea about Pink Doggo. Okay.
Spill the hot tea on these. Yeah, do it. What are my worst traits? Let me know.
Pink Doggo is extremely scared of scary games. I can never get to play scary games with Pink Doggo. That is my hot take. It's true.
What hot take was that?
Hey, Zell, I forgot the Stella? I think we decided on Zella, right? The ELA.
I thought you would have went with Xena.
Actually, that would have been better. Not
Yeah.
Tella, Zella with the Z. I think that's what everybody decided on last time. I don't remember.
Uh,
We can ask in the Owl House again.
Zelchan.
Oh
No,
no,
no, no.
other.
Other
Wait, there's another
femcel.
one. There's another
The
OG
OG
one who
one
was.
was a different person.
Oh!
What?
Wait. That was wait. Talia? I think that's what I named her. I think that's what I named her. I think that's what I named her. I don't remember. I need to go back to my notes and find it. But yeah, I think so.
Do we have any other topics? How long have we been going for?
I don't know. Maybe like an hour and a half.
An hour
It
and
will
yeah,
be
looks
the
like
night.
about
Oh,
an hour
okay.
and a half. How long should the podcast be? How long are podcasts? I don't know.
I have no idea. This is just us doing
Hang on.
the thing.
Let's find out on the internet. How long usually are pod?
I am
Yes.
concerned, Mike.
Between 30 to 42 minutes.
we
Whoops,
we
that
are
means
we are
we
well
went way
past that.
over the length of what a podcast should be. Oh.
It's fine. We're learning the ropes. It's
We're
fine.
learning the rules of the podcast. Maybe we should organize our thoughts better for the next one.
Yeah, the next one will be we will have it very well organized.
We will have better topics, and maybe more tea will be spilled on
Funnily
Twitter
enough, I
that
had
would
more
be easy
tea,
for us to
but
talk about.
we'll talk about it tomorrow, like next time.
I love how I'm the only one who remembers that April was going to do with all. Whoa, what? I just spilled tea all over in Cherry's chat. What? Why? Why would you do that? Don't do that.
I didn't either. I just spilled.
I'm not live right now. Don't spill tea in my chat.
We talk about no. Let's not talk about family trauma. Let's keep that. Let's keep that out of the chat. I'm sorry.
No family trauma. No
Oh,
more
God.
family trauma. You just suck it up and move on. That's how you deal with family trauma. I'm sorry. You just put all of that trauma deep down until it becomes an ulcer. What? Anyway.
Talk about art. I mean, we can't talk about art. Art is amazing. Art is fun. It is a good exercise for like your motor skills and also good brain exercise too. Hello, Alice. We are spilling tea.
Anyway, the whole reason that I said that we should probably start to wrap up the podcast is mostly because I have to pee.
Yes, we should. AI is not art. I mean, that is agreed. That is a universally agreed topic. We don't need to.
I have to pee.
God dang it, Mike.
So
yes, we will be wrapping things up. Hopefully, if all goes well, we will be back next week on the next episode of Spill the Tea.
with maybe more people who can give us some more ideas.
Yes. Actually, it's probably a good time to plug in the Discord. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord already, !Discord, I will make a channel for Spill the Tea.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to put in like your hot takes or stuff like that, we can set that up.
As long as you're not overly too specific, like if you're doing like a more like in
should
general
upload this to
thing,
YouTube?
say that
We
you
will.
say you saw a lot of people posting this stuff, not like we're not going to do anything that sends exact hate at people or anything
Yes.
like that.
Okay, so full disclaimer: we will not share names or links
Yep.
during this podcast
Mm.
because, again, we're not sending hate.
Yeah. We're not one of
Yep.
the actual drama VTubers who show everything on
Exactly.
YouTube or anything like that's not what our goal is. We're just talking about in general conversations that we see on Twitter.
Yep. And we're not sending hate. We're not going to show names.
And if we're
not gonna say
saying
anything.
names, usually it's used as an example to talk about
relative
the
stuff.
big people, not
Yes.
about like aka people who shouldn't be affected really by what we say.
Yep, and also no apology videos, no stuff like that. Let's be honest, apology videos aren't going to do anything. It's just
Mhm. Yeah.
we don't want that. It's just an open space for us to talk about stuff we find iffy, and if you guys want to join along, that's great. If you guys have opinions, you are welcome to share them. We will
You
talk
want
about
to
them.
vent something? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hot take. I'm not a fan of TV channels, not necessarily about the subject, but about people. If you have a problem with anybody, just talk about them amongst yourselves and not the whole world.
Yeah,
Wow.
I agree.
Yeah. So you're saying is that we need to be something else in a T channel? Dang. Well, I guess.
Also, if you guys have other suggestions for the name, please feel free to
Yeah.
drop it in the Discord. We will
Controversial topics. Let's talk about democracy. We'll talk about
democracy
democracy
next
next time.
time.
How's that?
Yeah,
How's that? We'll
we
talk
are
about
wrapping things
democracy for
up
the next
today.
podcast.
But